Hi, my name is Fatema Almulla. I'm the Director of Partnerships and Special Projects at the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment, and I'm one of the judges for UAE Kouture. I would say that I am curious, creative, and self-motivated. Because it raises awareness on the challenges of the fast fashion industry. The fast fashion industry is one of the biggest consumers of water. It's super energy intensive. There's a lot of waste that comes out of it, and it even accounts for 8 to 10% of the world's carbon emissions. And through Kouture, we can showcase that there are different ways of looking at fashion. You don't necessarily have to, be part of the fast fashion industry to have something beautiful and creative. You can do it in different ways. And if we were able to share that message across the industry, we would be able to see more fashion designers using sustainable materials and local materials rather than environmentally intensive resources. I am super excited. I'm super excited to see what people will bring to the table, what kind of designs that I'm curious about people's way of thinking and how they put designs together. So I can't wait. I think it's something that is important. I think Kouture represents a lot of positive values that we want to see in tomorrow's world. And I love the fact that it is engaging with the youth. And definitely aligns with the values that I believe in. So super excited about that. Don't overthink it. You've done your best, you've worked hard, you've done something that is true to who you are, and you did the best that you can, and just go with it. Definitely, there are so many things nowadays that you can join into to be part of the solution and address some of the world's biggest challenges that we face today. Definitely, you can make an impact. You don't have to necessarily be working at a full-time office job to make an impact. You can make an impact through fashion, you can make an impact through creativity, through self-expression. It's up to you how you choose to send those messages to address the challenges that we face today. I would say to start with the small things, start with the basics. If you're somebody who's looking to make a change in your life, maybe you can start with being aware of how much water that you're using. So decreasing the amount of water, be mindful of how much energy you're utilizing, whether it's in your home or anywhere else. And then also be mindful of how you treat food and what your relationship with food is like. So decrease food waste or food loss, recycle. Kouture does exactly that. It makes you more mindful it makes you mindful to utilize materials in different ways and repurpose them and recycle them to create something beautiful out of something that maybe other people might have seen as waste. I would say probably being part of the first food security team. I worked at the Office of Food Security, which doesn't exist worldwide. This was something that was new, and for us to be able to address something as important as food security in the UAE was really challenging, but also very, very self-fulfilling. I think I would probably be a professor. Or I would be doing a PhD to become a professor. I'm really passionate about teaching other people and raising awareness, and I feel I would be doing that. Yeah. Something related to climate change, definitely. Related to climate or addressing social challenges that we face today. Yeah. Sustainability means so many things to so many people, but I think to me it means just using resources within your means. Even if you were to just look around your house to see what kind of materials or things that you have that you could repurpose, recycle, or reuse, that in itself can create something so beautiful. Definitely. I think people now are more aware and interested and are asking a lot of questions about the impact that their lifestyle has on the environment. And we're seeing people today more than ever becoming more environmentally conscious with their lifestyles, yeah. I hope it's a youth, I hope it's a Kouture winner, I hope it's somebody who shares the values of what it means to be, living a sustainable lifestyle. I think we're really doing a lot already, but definitely there is a long way that we could go. What I would like to see is more youth being involved in the conversations, more youth asking questions to their parents about why they do things the way that they do, and just questioning where their resources and what they do, what it means to the planet, and what it means, what do the consequences have on the planet. I would say someone once told me, only you know what's best for you. And I would give that advice to anybody because, we're constantly between, right and wrong. Should I do this? Should I do that? But at the end of the day, we all know what's best for ourselves and what makes us happy. And I think that's the direction that everybody should take. I would say to be themselves completely with their designs, to use their voices and be loud when it comes to expressing their designs to other people, and also sharing what it is that they're doing with their designs. Where they're utilizing so many different materials that you would never have thought could be used in a way of creating something so beautiful. So I would say to keep being creative and be loud with their designs. I'm actually one of very few Emirati women who've been to Antarctica. I don't think many people know that. I would definitely say nature. I try to spend as much time as I can within nature, and I feel like that's where the sounds of the city quiets down and you're able to hear your own thoughts. I love spending time in the desert. I love traveling and going hiking. And just seeing some of the nature's beautiful places. I think everybody is different, different things inspire different people, but definitely nature would play a huge part in that, yeah. That it's happening and accelerating faster than we think it is, and I think that one of the reasons that we don't feel that is because we're not exposed to the consequences of what's happening with climate change. Yes, I think with the types of initiatives that are up and coming, even just using Kouture as an example, we're seeing more and more people choosing to express, connect climate change with different aspects of creative expressionism. And we're seeing that through their designs and through their vocals and through social media, and all of that is just becoming, the conversation is basically heightened. There's an appetite for it. And it's very exciting to see because I think that the youth finally feel like, that we've had enough and this is what we think about it. I don't necessarily have a 5-year plan, but I do try to do the best that I can with the lifestyle that I live. I try to read as much as I can and self-learn different things every day. I try to be mindful of how much energy I'm consuming, how much food I'm wasting, where I buy my clothes from, what kind of content I'm engaging in, and that in itself I feel is not necessarily a plan because it's an ongoing lifestyle. And as much as I can, I try to have those conversations with other people, especially younger people, because they're also now curious about these things. And they're teaching their parents and people who are older to them. So I think it's an ongoing journey for everybody. People a lot of people think that climate change is not real and that it's a natural phenomena. So I wish that people would learn more about it and ask more questions rather than just think that it's something, yes, it is, maybe does happen naturally, but it is definitely being accelerated because of humans. And I think there's a responsibility on ourselves to also learn and teach ourselves about the challenges that we face. 100%, yes. We want to hear from the youth, and I think everybody wants to hear from the youth. There is this whole appetite for the youth to be engaged in the conversations that we are having about climate change, because at the end of the day, it is their future that we are working on. You know, the changes that we're going to create today will be accelerated, and they will be living through it in the future. But not just, you know, yes, you have the government meetings and the negotiations, but there are different ways of raising awareness when it comes to engaging the youth. Even having something as a, you know, a fashion show that is represented by materials that is made of recycled materials, that in itself is a huge message to not just the youth, but the creative industries and their, you know, the fashion industry and their ability to make a positive impact on the planet. So I'm the Director of Partnerships and Special Projects at the Ministry. I've done a couple of different things since I've been there, but primarily our role is to facilitate various projects and initiatives that come through to the Ministry in partnership with either local organizations or international. So I think the UAE right now is doing a lot when it comes to climate action. One of the big initiatives that we've currently launched is the Agriculture Innovation Mission for Climate, also known as the AIM4C. And it's basically a joint initiative with the United States, which seeks to raise investments with our partners, specifically to increase the investments in agriculture and innovation. I think I intentionally looked for it. I used to work in a renewable energy company, but I worked in the marketing sector of it. And I knew that I was in the right field, but maybe not the right supporting department. So that's when I went and got my master's in environmental management and sustainable development, so that I could be part of the, you know, the problem solvers of the world. Yeah, I would say just take it easy on yourself, you know, don't put so much pressure on yourself. It can be very overwhelming once you get into learning about the impact, human impact on the planet. But if you were to just take it step by step to address small questions before the bigger questions, that would be the best advice I wish somebody gave me when I was younger.